Hey guys, and welcome back to FSM Trading. We're going to be taking you through my top 4 stock picks, knowing now that Joe Biden is going to be president and going to be in the White House as of 20th of January 2021. I'm going to center this video on my top 4 energy picks, renewable energy, as that typically has been something that Donald Trump hasn't been focused on in his 4-year tenure, and that has been a main thing on Joe Biden's manifesto. And also around the globe, many people are obviously looking at climate change, and this means for us as investors, there's a lot of opportunities with renewable energy companies. So I'm going to give you my top 4 picks. Let's start with number 1, Brookfield Renewable Energy. And we can see here, I'm asking a question, or many people have been asking on investing platforms, is it the time to buy into Brookfield Energy? As for me, I would say 100% yes. Brookfield would probably be my number 1, maybe number 2, but I'll discuss this one first. And what we can start to do is take a look at some of the news and some of the charts we can see on Market Watch, which is the site I'll be using today. If you can see here some of the key data, we can see here it's actually current price at the moment is around $62, 52-week low of around $24, 52-week high of around $64.94. So it's approaching back to its all-time, well, its high this year anyway. Market cap is huge, 19.77 billion. We can also see it has an NA on its P ratio. That's because it's currently negative P ratio, and an earnings per share of minus 80 cents. So both of them are minus. Now that might be alarming for some. As for me, still a very, very good pick for me, because what that symbolizes to me is that the coin is actually undervalued at the moment. It might be a minus at the moment in terms of its earning per share, but that typically is also because there hasn't been much attention being paid to renewable energy or climate change over the last 4 years. And I do see this coming up very, very soon, as it is hot on the heels of many, many nations around the world. It's also got a dividend of around 0.29, which is quite small. I mean, we can take a look at some more information on it here as well. Its valuation, its PE current, NA at the moment. Its price to book ratio is $3.14, apologies. Price to cash flow ratio 6.71, and its return on equity, very small, at around 0.919. Now, these again would symbolize that things are going quite badly. I mean, it has taken a bit of a dip, but I do see this particular stock rising in the years to come, especially with Joe Biden at the helm in the US office. Now we can look also here at another chart, which gives, I guess, a bit more indication of what's happening over the last few years. Now you can see here in December 2019, we can see price was around $37, and all the way now looking at today, we're looking at price being around $62. So it has risen nearly 100% almost. It's nearly doubled in price, but I do see this going towards the end of the year. I think it might even go a bit further. I think it will break its 52-week high and set a new high, maybe closer to about $65. And next year, I really do see Brookfield. That's where we see it start sparking off. And I do see this particular stock going at least towards $100 as of next year. So definitely number 1 for me would be Brookfield. Number 2, Canadian Solar. Now, as you can see by the picture here in the news here, this is all about, again, renewable energy, solar panels going all around the world. They've just signed a new deal in Brazil, but all around the world, there's going to be a lot of Canadian Solar doing very, very good work. And I see this particular stock rising as well. I think I would probably even maybe favor Canadian Solar over Brookfield Renewable as my number 1 pick, but we're just discussing it second in terms of the structure of today. And taking a look at some more of the stats, we can see an opening of around $43.81, a 52-week low of around $12, 52-week high of around $45. A huge market cap, again, around 2.62 billion, just a little bit less obviously than Brookfield, but still a huge market cap. It's got a PE ratio this time of 12.79 and an earnings per share of $3.45. So definitely some positives there to take away. Also has a price to book ratio of around 0.94 and a return on equity of around 13.11. This is a key player in the energy field, 100%, and one that I think everyone should be investing in if you are, trying to get in on stocks and shares definitely one of the ones that I would say to watch out for in the renewable field. We can take a look at the price chart here again, and we can see December 2019 as of last year, we're looking at around $16, and of the end of this year, or as of today, we're looking at around $44. I mean, it's nearly tripled in price, and next year again, this is a stock that I see at least going to nearer to $100. I think that's an easy buy for me, Canadian Solar, to get in on, and it can only rise now knowing that Joe Biden's going to be going into the White House. Number 3 might be a bit more familiar with you guys. It's actually going to be Tesla. The reason for that is they've obviously, as you will know, they've just been told they're going to be added to the S&P 500, and that will come into action as of December. But more than that, main thing for me is just the scope for Elon Musk of how far this particular stock can go. I mean, he's not just trying to be a car manufacturer, he's trying to be the biggest car manufacturer, and obviously also the biggest electric battery manufacturer for the whole of the industry. So I really do think that this stock can go to new heights. We can take a look at some of the stock, or some of the information on it here, the data. We can see its price is around $581, 52-week low of $65, 52-week high of around $598, and just the range there is so big. You can see the growth that it's had over the last year. A huge market cap of $555 billion. It's also got a PE ratio of 1,170 and an earnings per share of 50 cents. Now, if you look at the chart here, if we can also take a look at its actual the growth over the last year as well, you can start to see the humongous growth we can see here. And again, if we look at December 2019, we can see the price of Tesla was around $65, and as of today, again, as we saw before, we're looking at around nearly approaching $600, $574. Huge growth. I mean, it's nearly times 10 in value. I do see that this particular stock next year could be going to at least $1,000. So again, another sure buy for me. I think this one is got lots of new heights to take. So definitely easy stock for me to buy. I think Canadian Solar will be my number 1, and Tesla would be right up there with it. The last one to discuss today might be a bit of a weird one for you guys, but you guys know I'm very into my cryptocurrencies. So number 4, I should say, the last one to discuss would be called Energy Web token. And as you can see on screen, it's also looking at the blockchain. So anyone that's interested in blockchain technology, this would be a different one, still tying into renewable energy and energy stocks, but also just a slight differentiation if you want to diversify the portfolio, looking into some cryptocurrencies. And as you can see on this particular chart taken from CoinMarketCap, we can see that in April of this year, 2020, price was around $1.05. It had a high around September, August, and we're looking at price around $13, and it's slightly dropped since then, and we're now looking at a price of around $6. And therefore, I believe it's a really good time to buy in, because this particular crypto, I think, could at least be hitting at around $20 next year, probably most likely going towards $50. Looking at the way it heavily depends on what Bitcoin's going to do, but I think Bitcoin will set a new high of around $100,000, which I've put in my last video also, and I do think that this would likely hit at least $50. So a lot of growth that can be made there. We can also see on this particular chart how people are feeling generally about this stock, and around 70% are saying that it's a good stock to get into. So, and this is taken from CoinGecko. So for me, definitely those are my 4 top picks or stocks to get into based on renewable energy and Joe Biden coming into power very soon. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope this helped you a lot. If you can, please comment below and let me know how you guys are getting on with your own stocks and shares, that I can help in any way. But also, please don't forget to like and share this particular video, and also click that notification bell to be kept updated on all videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys.